the chief legal officer of Allegheny Casualty Company, which is a bail surety company that writes bail in California and about 40 other states in the country. I'm also a member of the American Bail Coalition. You spoke earlier today with Jeff Clayton, who's the executive director. I've been listening as best I could during the day and appreciated all the comments. And I'll keep my comments brief. I think that the characterization of bail by the California Department of Insurance was a bit skewed, and specifically this underlying concept that that credit bail or offering bail, people that want to avail themselves to bail to pay premium over time is predatory. I would invite this panel to look into that issue, because in California, interest cannot be charged on premium, and premium is paid over time at the option of the bail agent without any interest whatsoever. So it's an opportunity for someone who wants bail to get bail and have the premium paid over time. Makes it easier to get bail. The second thing I would raise is this public safety issue. When bail is written, it is written by the bail agent, and the bail agent is looking at the circle of trust that the accused has. For example, friends, family that are willing to sign an agreement that says if the defendant fails to appear, that they will pay for the bail, or that they will make sure that the accused is recovered to custody. And what that does is it provides a circle of support for that accused to make court appearances and not commit more crime. And I would, in that vein, I would ask the committee to look at what's going on in Harris County. There was some talk today about Harris County and their bail reform and how successful it is. But the data that's pulled directly from the Harris County website, and I can provide that, or Jeff Clayton can provide it, shows completely the opposite. The bail reform that they have in Harris County has resulted in higher failure to appear rates and more recidivism. I would also invite the committee to look at some of the statistics from Yolo County, where the Yolo County DA there has published a report showing that during COVID, during zero bail, there were, the statistics show that there was nearly 80% of those released on zero bail committed crimes. And I don't have the statistics in front of me, but a very high percent of those were violent felony crimes. So the public safety issues.
I do want to cut you off because you're at your 2 minutes, but I do want to, as long as you're here, and I do appreciate you calling in, I have two quick questions for you.
Yes.
So first, do you agree with the characterization? And I know that we don't have data here, but it seems that you have a good deal of experience in California, at least, that those who make money bail do so prior to arraignment, the vast majority. Is that your experience as well?
Yes, I think so.
Is upwards of 90%? Is it that extreme?
Well, I wouldn't even venture
Okay.
a guess on
I
that.
won't hold you to it.
Yeah, I don't know that stat, no.
And since you brought up Yolo County, I don't know if you have business there, but there were a number of reforms that the DA seems to have implemented there in the past year or so. And I was wondering if you had experience with those. It's not the zero bail, but it seems to have maintained a similar level of people retained in the jail. Are you familiar with the program that's going on in Yolo?
I'm vaguely familiar with the program, just on a high level, but I'm more familiar with that. Recently, I was on a call with the DA of Yolo County, who was talking about the during COVID, the zero bail effect, and what the statistics were. And I think that all that information can be provided to the committee. But during this concept of zero bail that is being discussed and that occurred during COVID had, and a lot of it was cite and release as well, had an incredibly detrimental impact on public safety. I mean, there are anecdotal stories that I'm sure you've heard about where during zero bail, people were accused and released within 2-hour periods, and in a 24-hour period, they were committing 4 or 5 crimes, and some of those crimes were violent crimes.
Right. No, sure. I appreciate that. And there's, lots of controversy about zero bail and, the effect of the COVID, but the last thing that we want to try to do here is rely on anecdote.
There is, right, exactly. But there is some, and I would, I'm going to talk with Jeff Clayton, and maybe we can annotate some of the materials that he presented. But I would invite the committee to seriously look at what's going on in Harris County.
We absolutely will. Thank you. And obviously, please feel free to supplement anything or send us more information that you think might be useful. DA Reisick is somebody in Yolo County that we've worked with before, and obviously DA Cousins or DDA Cousins from Yolo was somebody who testified today. So we do appreciate their help, and especially their data-driven approach, which seems to be a priority for the DA there. So thank you very much.
I appreciate that. And thank you for the committee. I was listening, and I think it was a very informative and well handled. So thank you very much.
Terrific. Thank you. Owed mostly to our staff. So again, I want to thank especially our staff today who did an outstanding job. We did have 22 witnesses, which is quite remarkable. There's a really, the memo, the research memo is especially helpful. And tomorrow we're going to discuss what we heard today in terms of making recommendations that will appear in the report that we hope to publish this year, meaning in just a few months. So I hope that everybody in the committee tonight can just reflect a little bit about the recommendation or what we heard today and recommendations that we might want to put into our report. I draw your attention to the last few pages of the staff memo that it summarizes some of the recommendations from staff and we can begin to put some more flesh on the bones on that tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to do, we have a few administrative matters, but our two main pieces of business are going to be discuss what we heard from today and reforms that we might want to put forward regarding pretrial and release and bail, and then revisit some of the recommendations that we've been going on for the course of the year: competency to stand trial, restorative justice, and some of the other issues. It's a long day, and we'll discuss those tomorrow and whether or not we want to include those into our report in December.
And we start at 10 tomorrow instead of 9:30.
Correct. 10 a.m. tomorrow. If you would log on just a few minutes early, it helps.
Yeah.
Any questions, any administrative matters, any housekeeping? All right. Thank you all. Have a good evening. Thanks again to the staff. See you tomorrow.
Okay.